Hello there, guys. Welcome back to ShootOut, where the Champers,
mate.
the Champers,
Champagne.
like I've said, we're going to call that now. We're going to call it the Champers from now on. What a week of Champers,
Mate, every time this competition is on, it doesn't disappoint. Whether it's surprises, goals galore, red cards and big game victories for certain away teams, Bayern Munich, or Chelsea just, getting shipped off in a carrier bag and staying in Baku for an eternity. But let's begin with Arsenal then, shall we? Because at the moment, this is just it's becoming a very convincing storyline. Emphatic win, 3-0 away at Slavia Prague. No Victor Gyökeres, no problem. Mikel Merino will come in and do the job, won't he? It was dominant, wasn't it?
I called this one, didn't I?
You did, yeah. Spot on. Well done. Got to win something on ShootOut, mate.
I know.
We'll give you that.
Has to happen.
Congrats.
Don't worry, there's more to come. But Arsenal, fair play. At this point, just flipping fair play. Because, and we've alluded to this on our watch-along yesterday, but when Arsenal are able to rotate to that extent, especially their back line, which they're being praised for a lot and is their main key to getting these results, they rotate the entire back four and they still look just as good. Yeah. It's actually quite impressive. So Arsenal still not conceding. They got a 100% record in this competition, not just for wins, but for goals too. I find it phenomenal. At this point, it's just you have to applaud it.
To be fair, though, Arteta didn't rotate the entire back line. Raya was in goal. Timber was at right back. Gabriel was there. Calafiori was also there.
Yes.
But I think the fact he can do that...
The centre-backs were different.
No, Gabriel was there.
Oh, was he?
He started, yeah. Gabriel was up alongside Mosquera and then Hinchape came on. But I think the fact he can rotate so much is what makes this Arsenal thing actually worrying.
Yeah.
Because no matter who they play, whatever competition it is, even Qarabag Cup against Brighton, that could have been a banana skin if you're introducing a load of kids.
100%.
Just blowing teams away right
100%.
now. It's so convincing. And it's becoming, as a Chelsea fan, it's difficult because I just expect it now. I really do expect Arsenal to just go out there and beat everyone.
This is the first time in years that we can look at an Arsenal team and go, yeah, 3 points. You know, before it used to be so like tight. You'd go, oh no, this might be the one they slip. This might be the one, and then they do, and it's like, all right, they're going to be on a bit of a losing patch now. But Arsenal, let alone losing patch, they don't look like they're going to flip and concede. Like they're just not letting in goals.
Yeah,
and I rate it, especially from a Chelsea perspective. Like we know what it takes to be able to see our team do that week in, week out. We've been there.
Yeah,
we enjoyed it. We loved it. And I know how much it actually takes. I think a lot of people underrate how difficult that is to do.
For real.
They think it looks easy. It's not easy. It's one of the hardest things you can do. This is why not many teams do it. And Arsenal are bossing it right now.
They've not conceded in the Champions League, which
at all
does deserve a lot of praise.
And as of yesterday, there was only 2 teams. And now even Inter have conceded now. Arsenal haven't.
Yeah.
There's only one.
That's their records to be had. And well done, Liverpool, as well, because to not concede against Real Madrid... it's baffling. I expected this to be a 5-3 Real Madrid. Of all of the predictions I've ever made, the worst one I think I've ever given on this channel, for sure. But I'm going to give a theory, first of all, as to why that is. Arne Slot has gained some kind of credit from me. And we've been saying for a while that, you might have to drop Isak because Ekitike might be a better player right now. Well, Isak has been injured, so he's kind of had to do that.
Yep.
But bringing Andy Robertson back into the team, I do not find this coincidental that Liverpool, with Robertson playing, 2 clean sheets at home in a row, Kirkesh has had an awful start to the season.
Yep.
And I think Arne Slot should have done that start Robertson, way earlier. Well done, Liverpool, and well done, Slot, for figuring it out finally.
Yeah, I agree. He's gone back to what we can all see works. Robertson's back in the team. The midfield is now uninterrupted to what used to work, and no trying to force Wirtz into that midfield. Like I mentioned prior, Wirtz shifted off to that left-hand side. Actually worked, weirdly enough. But then again, look, I also have to talk about Real Madrid. Real Madrid just looked toothless. They looked like no threat whatsoever. No urgency. There was no... Look, when I look at Real Madrid should be a team where they're just lightning. They get the ball from A to B, you don't see it, and then they score. You know, and they're hard to stop. They're taking their time. They're rotating the ball around slow. They're not aggressive or urgent enough. Liverpool had it not easy, but Liverpool had it pretty straightforward. You know, the blueprint wasn't easy, wasn't hard to execute.
We could also bring a conversation into this that we mentioned, actually. We recorded tomorrow's video before this one, so we'll give you a little clue as to what we mentioned in that video here. La Liga just doesn't seem to be up to it right now.
No.
We can touch upon Barcelona's 3-3 draw against Club Brugge as well within this conversation. And obviously Newcastle won. We'll talk about them at the end. But it seems we watched Real Madrid Barcelona, and that was an enthralling game of football. But that was rivalry
between them
based. Yeah,
exactly.
I think when you put these teams now up against other European sides, La Liga teams are struggling, man.
And look, Liverpool right now, there are still holes in that team.
How Real Madrid didn't create anything
Nothing.
against the team that have been leaking all year
For fun.
and losing game after game until Sunday last week.
Yeah. You know, when you look at Liverpool, for example, and the way that they fell to United, and then they go and they just beat Real Madrid like that and again, they didn't batter Real Madrid. Liverpool were not outstanding, but they were more efficient and they were tighter and they went back to type to an extent in terms of what used to work. And Real Madrid, just weirdly enough, just couldn't even really compete. I don't understand, but I think it goes to show the levels. I agree. And this is why when we move on to Chelsea in a bit.
Do we have to?
I'm looking at Barcelona, and I've got ideas.
That's a game and a half, isn't it?
Yeah. So fair play to Liverpool. Look, Liverpool, could they now be starting to pick up some rhythm? Maybe. Just what Arne Slot has to do is not tamper with what he knows works, as I'm going to put this one on silent. But what he knows works and what the whole world knows works. And yes, it might be seen as Klopp's team, but look, they're your players and they work, use them.
It was that's why last season worked so well. Why change something
Why
that's
change
not broken?
that's not exactly.
Therefore, go back to it now. Like, sometimes the older cameras are better. Sometimes the older phones are better. Not usually, but it's what it is.
Not in your case.
No, God, oh no, hell no. I'm going shopping after this. Tottenham 4, Copenhagen 0.
Fair play. I did warn Tottenham and they delivered. So fair play.
Mate,
I'm not mad at you.
I'm going to say this now. Mickey van der Ven's goal is one of the best goals I've ever seen. Like, he's literally in his own box.
As a centre-back.
And he's sprinting faster than most people go without the football. He's dribbling through the team and then the finish. Mate, that, like, I'm giving him a clap.
Yeah, 100%. Well done, Van der Ven.
That is an outrageous goal.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
It was.
And Tottenham, to be fair, even Xavi Simons looked good. The football they were playing, that was a response, I think, to the fossil football claims, which have been very fair, I think. Tottenham fans were not happy after the Chelsea game, which obviously you're never happy when you lose to your rivals that you can never beat, that you don't know how to beat, that you never will beat, but at home. But for Spurs, it's a great response. They went down to 10 men as well. I think Brennan Johnson who got sent off after scoring a lovely goal to go 1-0. But this was a very good response from Tottenham. Dominant.
And they still just went on and just completely dominated the game.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Tottenham were a lot more direct in this game.
Yeah.
Right. But then again, the opposition, I think, allows that. Copenhagen are not. This is why I was saying, look, if Tottenham lose, because you just don't expect them to. Not against Copenhagen. Surely not. But no, they were very efficient. They were up for it. They just suffocated Copenhagen. They didn't let them in at all. And yeah, we're getting goals like the Van der Ven goal where he wants to be Kurt Zouma, except he actually finishes it, which was just absolutely outstanding. Yeah. So fair play overall, really good result.
Another good result for Bayern Munich. They, for me, are the favourites.
I called this.
You did.
I didn't get the score,
You
but
did.
I called it.
2-1 win.
Yeah.
Luis Diaz double, and then he got himself sent off, but still,
Beautiful.
Bayern held on. Very, very good win for them.
Beautiful win.
Top of the group.
Beautiful
Head
win.
of Arsenal. Thank you.
And in Paris.
Yeah.
As well, to get that done. You see, Bayern Munich, I don't know what to think about Bayern Munich. Because Bayern Munich, you used to look at Bayern Munich and go, superpower. Like, they're dangerous regardless of who they are. And then they took a dip for a few years. They just don't look the same. It's like they've become a bit more feeble. They're not as... They don't hold as much substance. And I still now see them in that light, but they're playing like a top team that can actually go all the way. But I don't expect them to. But they are Bayern Munich. Do you know what I mean? With Harry Kane and with everyone that they've got balling for them at the moment. I don't know where they're going, but they're playing outstanding.
They've got the right balance of experience and talent.
Yeah.
Like Harry Kane and Diaz in the last, 3 years? Brilliant signings.
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant signings. But we have to unfortunately move on to Chelsea and touch, whatever you want to do upon this game. Qarabag 2, Chelsea 2. I'm embarrassed. I don't want to talk about it. We can move on if you want to. I don't mind.
Look, we've got our match reviews that you can go over on our channels to see, or you can just go back and watch the watch along on here to see exactly how we reacted. And I celebrated a goal that didn't exist. So you can
That
go
was
and
the
have a
best
look.
part of the game.
That was the best
and
part.
the chocolate digestives, dark chocolate digestives.
Pick up the digestives.
Mate, shocking.
Yeah. Overall, shocking. But it's like I alluded to. The next game's Barcelona.
We'll show up for that.
We will show up for that.
Please.
And this is why, like, the whole thing with Chelsea at the moment is against big teams or games that matter or hold substance, we are there. And I think when we play a stronger team or like our main 11 that you'd go to, we would actually be there for it. Maresca's rotating so aggressively and rotating incorrectly with some players. That is what seems to hold us back. Against the teams where you expect us to get a result, but then because of the dynamic of the team, we just don't look right. And that was another example of it.
Yeah.
So look, Maresca's got this is on Maresca more than anyone else. I feel like they could have been averted, and once again, we just fell victim to ourselves.
Spot on.
The Barcelona game will be different, and I think from the Barcelona game, there's going to be a lot less rotation because we have to. We ain't got a choice. They're big teams. You have to play your strongest team. So I reckon you're going to see Chelsea as they should be against Barcelona. And I reckon we could actually get a result there. Make sure you're there for the predictions when we get to it.
It's going to be so exciting after that international break. From November throughout December, we're going to have a lot of content
wild.
here for you lot.
100.
Man City 4, Dortmund 1. This was, again, pretty emphatic from Manchester City. The cogs are turning. The wheels are in motion.
Yep.
4-1
Erling
win.
Haaland.
He scored again. Foden with a double and Ryan Cherky.
Foden was outstanding.
Mate, Foden was very, very good.
Both goals as well.
Yeah.
Albeit in the lead up to his second goal, so later on they'd already got the game in the bag. But there was a foul that should have been given and wasn't. I don't know how the ref decided.
European
not to.
referees, mate.
Mate, that was outrageous.
One last point on Chelsea. Did you hear the stat? The ball was in play for 46 minutes.
What is
Qarabag.
yeah? What the hell is that?
I wondered why I didn't have anything to say. Nothing happened. We didn't have a football match.
46 minutes.
Mate, they let the game play. Okay? Let the game play.
Outrageous.
But Man City, very, very good.
They were
looking like a force again, aren't they?
They are. And this is where it seems like Pep's gone back to type. Pep's gone back to what works. And I feel like now with Cherky, this is going to be a combination, him and Haaland, that's going to get City results even when they don't play well.
Agreed.
And that's what they've lacked up until this point. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what that's gonna look like. But in this game, they were class, both of them, and Foden as well. Overall, just domination.
Building momentum.
Yeah.
Another man who's building momentum is Victor Osimhen. I just want to gloss on him quickly.
Mate, hat trick.
Mate, I'm not surprised.
Two
the guy's
penalties,
a
though.
baller.
2
Who
pens,
cares?
but still.
It's like the conversation about Haaland when people are like,
Yeah.
oh, but he no.
Yeah.
Argument don't exist. He scores goals, move on. 3-0 Galatasaray. Ajax are appalling and Osimhen is world
They're
class.
still bottom of the league, aren't they?
Oh, mate, these guys are the whooping boys, as they say.
Yeah.
Newcastle have whooped Athletic Bilbao 2-0. Dan Burn and Joe Linton with the goals for Newcastle. 2 brilliant headers, may I add. The Dan Burn goal, mate, that is one of the best headers aesthetically that you will watch in football.
That's a proper centre-back
Mate, the
header,
ball is coming
like,
spinning away and
yeah.
he's kind of like, I don't know what. I don't know. Trying my best.
You got to get more neck into it, mate.
I think after what happened at the
Yeah,
start of the shoot the
don't.
other day, my neck gave way the other day. I was like, oh, Eunice, we've got a problem here. I'm locked. This is before he had his laughing fit, by the way. But yeah, Dan Burn, fantastic goal. And Newcastle showing how you can make set-piece goals and crosses and everything look sexy, I'm going to say.
But you see how in the Champions League they're able to do this, I think, a lot more easier. In
Newcastle
the Premier
are a
League,
force
in the
in the
Premier League, they
Champions
can't.
Yeah.
This goes back to the whole point about the levels of the Premier League overall. Levels above everyone else. Sorry, has to be said.
Newcastle, to be fair to Newcastle, they're kind of lucky a little bit because Bilbao had a couple of really good efforts. There was a ferocious shot that hit the post from outside the box that was one of the fastest hits of a football I've ever seen. Bilbao dominated shots on target, and Newcastle just about had the possession. But I think Newcastle looked most threatening as soon as they win the ball back. That's the one thing I'd say about watching Newcastle is...
Especially at home.
Yes.
On the
It's
counter.
like they actually play up to that energy.
Yep.
And I know obviously it's so easy to just revert back to saying, oh, look, crowd's good at St James's Park, whatever.
But for them,
Champions
it
League
works.
night, it does make a difference.
Yeah.
It really does. 2-0. If we take a look at the table right now, we've got 3 teams who have won all 4 matches. Bayern Munich, Arsenal, Inter Milan. Got Man City in there on 10 points. You've got PSG, Newcastle, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Galatasaray with 3 wins in 4. If you're a Chelsea fan, which I know a lot of you are, we are in 12th, which...
That's all right. We're neck and neck with Barcelona.
Not bad. Yeah.
See you lot soon.
Mate, that's yes, it's a mid-table clash. Well, it's not. It's near the top
Actually is.
half. But yeah, this is shaping up very nicely. Benfica, Jose Mourinho, they're basically out of the competition. Ajax might as well not show up to the next game. Forfeit. I think it's a 3-0 result if you forfeit or something. It used to be that on Football Manager or FIFA or something. But we'll have to wait and see. Our time is up, Eunice, unfortunately, for this video today.
It is.
But it's been a pleasure, as always,
It has been. It has been.
to talk about the Champers, the Champers.
Big up the Champers. And the next one's going to be a very interesting one. So
Big time.
Make sure you're subscribed, notification bell on, and be here for all the videos as they drop.
Premier League predictions tomorrow. That is always a fun one. And then we've got watch-alongs for the Premier League over the course of the weekend. Big thank you, actually, for all of the support on the channel. We've been going now for about 2 months.
Yep.
And yeah, we're nearly at 40,000 subscribers. So
Amazing.
we would love that number to rise more. So make sure you do subscribe, keep hitting the like button, all of that jazz, and let us know your thoughts on these games in the comments.
Aim is 50k by the end of the year.
We could do that.
We can do that.
We can.
So make sure you do. Subscribe.
See you there.